Alright folks, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over to Wiper and True for the first time in a hell of a long time. And this is a look at, what's the actual beer called? I'm not sure, but it's basically just Barrel-Aged Imperial Milk Stout Hard Shake. Wiper and True, obviously based out of Bristol. So I'll quickly read you this on the back. A carefully layered malt bill provides an indulgent base of dark chocolate and muscovado sugar aged in American bourbon barrels for luxurious notes of oak and vanilla. Served chilled, our beer is unfiltered and may contain sediment. Pour carefully. This is batch number 3 and ABV is 9.5%, packaged on the 14th of June 2021, and the best before is the 14th of June 2022. So it's got about 1 month and 2 weeks past that best before. So it's a little bit aged, but really like the artwork on Viper and True. I always say Viper and True for some reason. But yeah, I've not had anything from these guys for a hell of a long time. I think I might have picked this up from Taps and Bottles in Southport. I think that's where I picked it up. I can't really remember. And I have had it for a little while, but it looks like it's been, because mind you, if it was packaged on the 14th of June 2021, does that necessarily mean it was released soon after, or then was it, mind you, would you age a can before release? I don't think so. But yeah, so looking very nice. And regardless of where I purchased it, I'm very much in the mood for an barrel-aged Imperial Stout. So I've just come in from a little jaunt to Asda, of all places, with a couple of friends. We just go for random drives. Sort of really takes me back to when, you know, when you're teenagers and your first mate who learns how to drive, you just go out randomly. Well, I'm doing that in my early 30s, so yeah, I'm sort of reliving those years. And as you can see, I've got my youthful looks. So just come in, got a pizza that I'm going to put in the oven. I didn't want to run the risk of putting in the oven whilst recording a review because the pizza's going to get burnt. And I've currently got, even though it doesn't have the first series, my mate was talking about Sunderland Till I Die, because we were talking about like football documentaries and things like that. And been on a bit of a, I know completely unrelated to Sunderland, but been on a bit of a Brian Clough sort of obsession recently, and so many funny stories, and got me thinking. The Damned United, which it was a good book, although flawed, and there's a few mistruths in there. The film Damned United, I remember watching that in cinema when it came out. I'm absolutely loving it, so much that I actually went out and bought the book. I would love to see what's his face? What's he called? The one who played Brian Clough. Oh my God, the name escapes me. I'd love to see him reprise his role as Brian Clough and do a film based on his time at Nottingham Forest. Which, by the way, with Nottingham Forest being back in the Premiership, it's taking me back to when I was a kid, last time they were in the Prem. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know that, just putting it out there. And yeah, any Liverpool supporters, feel free to give me shit in the comments. I know us Everton fans, we already know, and as it's looking, we're probably going to have a bit of a dire season this season as well. So anyway, it is what it is. So beer in the glass then. and it's looking very nice in this teku. Is that jet black? Potentially. The sort of like the colour of the artwork on the glass itself does sometimes, to me, sort of like bleed into the colour of the beer for some reason. And I've noticed the actual sort of, it's like starting to rub off a little bit. Anyway, head pretty much dissipated straight away. Let's see what we get on the nose. Ooh. Oh yeah. God, I've not had like an impy stout for ages, or like even a barrel-aged beer. I've got a couple of nice bottles, got like a Cloudwater Impy and that, which I've heard very good things about, the a Vault City Imperial Stout, which I completely forgotten about. I think I bought them at the same time as I bought this. Did I buy this at the same time as that? I can't really remember. Or did I buy this when I was in London? No, I don't think I would have. I can't remember. There's just beer that needs to be drunk, and I'm in the mood to have a drink. So on the nose, yeah, you're definitely getting that barrel. That bourbon is really present. Those tannings, that sort of like sweet, almost coconutty vanilla sort of aroma. Dare I say Tonka? Have I had the non-barrel aged version of this? I think I might have. Can't really remember. But yeah, you get like a really nice chocolate, Tunnocks, caramel wafers. But it's smelling good. And it's not too much in terms of the bourbon. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. I think I'm about to get interrupted. I might have woke someone up. Oh, wow. Ooh. Now that is unique. First of all, first flavour you get that bourbon barrel. It's not that character that, I mean, I like the odd sort of like whiskey and bourbon every now and then, but I do tend to find it sort of like makes my spine tingle sometimes. And I even find I get that sensation when I have sometimes a barrel-aged like Imperial Stout, where the like actual flavour of the barrel and the bourbon that was in the barrel before it comes through. It's not as harsh on this. It's got a really nice mouthfeel. It's not the thickest, but then again, most barrel-aged Imperial Stouts, they sort of lose the body, I find. And in a lot of occasions, I prefer the non-barrel-aged version of them. This still has like a sense of body. It's almost got like a slightly, it's going to sound like not that good the way I describe this. Which, by the way, I did a really annoying hand gesture then off camera. But it sort of has the texture of like a syrup that's been watered down slightly. Don't know what situation you have to be in to have that, but who knows. There's a little bit of chocolate there coming through. The thing that's like really quite unique about this, on the back end, I get, and I don't know what it is and what it could be from, but I get an almost peanut butter sort of like character, you know, when you get like a peanut butter and like stout, and it's got that smoky sort of like nuttiness. I got that with this. But that was on like the first sip, and now as I'm sipping it a bit more, I'm not getting that. That's weird. That's so weird. There's a little sort of like touch of vanilla. It reminds me of like the vanilla sugar that you can get from Germany. Other countries that have vanilla sugar are available, or you can just make your own. It's not too sweet, it's not too savoury, not too woody, not too bourbony. It's got a really nice balance. It's one of those weird beers where I've had Imperial Stouts that are like, you know, add 6-7% onto it, and you just don't get any of the ABV. This, although it is only 9.5%, you do feel it. It's not like a burning, or it doesn't taste boozy, but it's got a bit of oomph to it. Bit of oomph. And so you know you're drinking a higher ABV beer, and I think that's so refreshing in this day and age of every high ABV beer drinking ridiculously easy. I mean, you can probably drink it a bit too quick, to be fair. And even though it is chilled, all these flavours are singing. There's like a prickly sort of like pepperiness in there as well, which I'm picking up on. Or maybe more, not pepperiness, it's terrible, like a cardamom character. Yeah, there's quite a lot going on in this beer. And the quality of the bourbon barrel in this is wonderful. It's been utilised perfectly. You're getting a little bit more than a lot of Imperial Stouts, but at the same time, you're not getting that harshness or like too much tannings or too many tannings. Too much tannings? Too many tannings? What's the word you would use? But yeah, they've done a damn good job. It's got a real sense of old school about it. Excuse me. Because a lot of Imperial Stouts nowadays are more in line with the whole pastry stout thing. Let's just throw all these wonderful flavours and ingredients into what could probably be a really good base Imperial Stout, and then just completely turn it into like a boozy adult chocolate milkshake. Whereas this, it's a little bit more sensible. It's a little bit more basics without being boring. And I think that's really damn good. There's some like slight sort of like plummy characters creeping through on that back end as well. Very gentle bitterness. No real dryness to it. And it's a really nice, indulgent drinking experience. Yeah, very impressed with that. Very nice indeed. I've not had an Imperial Stout for a while, so I think that sort of like heightened those flavour notes and has probably actually made me pick out so many weird and wonderful sort of flavours in it, which you don't usually tend to pick up on in a stout like this. But no, lovely stuff from Wiper and True, a brewery that once got really, you know, a high amount of fanfare, but it's one of those breweries who everyone knows, a lot of people like, but they just don't really seem to get talked about. And I think that's because Bristol itself has become such a big part of beer now. I mean, just think of all the breweries. I don't want to name other breweries, but you know, Bristol has become a really sort of prominent brewing city, and it's a place that I really do need to visit. I think I initially booked some time off for September to go to Paris, but London skinted me basically, and I'm still feeling the repercussions. So I think I might just treat myself to a bit of a weekend in Bristol. And if I do, I'll definitely, because I'm sure hopefully they've got a tap room at least. I'll have to check these out. But yeah, Wiper and True, Barrel-Aged Imperial Milk Stout. Lovely stuff indeed. And the remedy to the just over-contrast, that's not the proper term, but basically the perfect antidote to getting bored of imperial pastry stouts, which I'm not bored of because they can be a fun time when they nail what they've attempted to achieve. But no, if you want like a really sort of, let me just get rid of that battery warning. If you want to get yourself a really nice old school barrel-aged imperial stout, you could do much worse than this. And yeah, so go check out Wiper and True. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. What's some of your favourite beers? I think I've only got like a handful at most reviews of Wiper and True on the channel. So they're definitely one that I will have to pick up more. And yeah, lovely stuff indeed. So thank you for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later.